Hey guys, and welcome to a very long overdue sketchbook review. People have been asking, so I decided that now was a good time. I was going through one of my looser sketchbooks, this one, and I realized it's like I do have a lot of content that I could show. Most of it doesn't make sense. I've kind of been back and forth on a bunch of things, but I do believe that lack of focus is part of the art experience. I mean, it's not for everybody. Some people can just stay on it and stay focused. Me, I tend to kind of go from side to side and in every which direction on things that I really like to focus on. Because if I focus too long on one thing, I tend to get bored and then I just don't enjoy the work I do anymore, which is again why, I am considered more of a hobbyist artist instead of like a professional one. I don't get paid for my art. I just kind of do it for fun, and for me, that's what works best. So it allows me that freedom to kind of drift back and forth, to explore different avenues with my characters, to explore different settings and different stories, yada, yada, yada. So, I want to throw that out there because sketching, what's the word I'm looking for? Collaborating, things like that, just delving into all these different things, I feel like it is, to me, the most beneficial. It's where I get the most enjoyment from my art. I have my main storyline, obviously, and I work on it. I just have to take breaks from it, or else I get burnt out on it, and then I don't have the same amount of joy that I used to have for it. So I'm just throwing that out there because it's a little bit random in here. And I'll shut up and just kind of get to it. These right here are like the loose paintings I've done. This is a liquid graphite, and some of my stuff is gone because I've sent it out already, like somebody's written me, so I send them something. I always try to do that. I always try to send whoever writes me like a letter or something, I always try to send them like a little piece of art or something back, just as a thank you for taking the time to write me and let me know what they think and how they feel, and whatever. So I always try to, but anyway, so this was liquid graphite. I've been kind of dabbling in it here and there. Here's another liquid graphite this one turned out really nice. I kind of like it. Her mouth's down a little bit too low, but it's not too bad. I kind of like it. I kind of just need to get used to it too. I think that is just kind of the struggle there. I was experimenting with some watercolor paper from Wish, and I used color pencil, not color erase, but a Prismacolor, just a dark brown one to sort of do the line work. Kind of turned out muddy and messy and icky, but it is what it is. I just wanted to try it out. Wasn't too impressed with the paper. It didn't do too bad, but it didn't do too good either. These ones I like just because of the composition, because if you put them, like, you can put them facing together, or you can have them hair tip to hair tip, if you will. But I just wanted to do some portraits of Cherry and Piper, and I tried to choose or incorporate colors like in the background that are very similar to their personalities. So Cherry obviously is fire. She's always been very fiery, very feisty, and she's just a feisty little Irish girl. What can you do? And then Piper, she's just calm and serene, or at least tries to be. And so I chose like blues and turquoises and purples for her, and it kind of offsets, like, yeah, it doesn't offset anything, it just looks nice. This was also on like a longer watercolor paper, but the palette itself the pad itself is this size, and I got it, it's mostly for like landscapes, but I was using it for portraits because whatever, I can. And then I've got my Elio sketchbook here. I can't show you guys everything in here because it's nudies, and YouTube is very much against female anatomy and male anatomy, I guess, whatever. And I'm trying not to get demonetized. If I do, I do. If I don't, I don't. It just happens. But yeah, I got this. Let's just be straight up. The paper in this is not the best. I ordered another one because I thought maybe it was just the batch, but just in touching the paper, it feels like it's exactly the same. So I'm going to probably get through the 2 sketchbooks I have. I'm shipping a third one off to a friend, but and then I'm probably going to be done with this particular sketchbook just because the paper, it doesn't hold as many mediums as, like, it used to be advertised as holding like a lot of mediums, like washes and things like that. It does not. It does not at all. It buckles. It really cannot handle the water. It handles marker okay. It doesn't do the best, but it doesn't do the worst. It's not completely bleed through, but whatever. So these are just some stickers that I had laying around. I was like, I'm going to put these. Look at, oh no, the kitty's saying it bad. But since it's not being said, it doesn't count, right? Right. All right, so the first one is Cherry. This is based on Pirate Universe, where she steals Lars's ship, the Griffin, and that's kind of how they meet. Well, it's not how they meet. They meet because, again, she's still a prostitute, because that's just how Cherry rolls. And she steals his boat, and then he catches up with her, pretty much beats the crap out of her and takes his boat back, because that's exactly what he's gonna do. But whatever. There's actually a little bit of that in the other sketchbook. I gotta make sure. Okay, so these are just some doodles that I did. I got some Pusheen pajamas, and I wanted to draw Piper in them because they're really cute. And then here's some more little Pipers. I was using just a fine liner, and again, I hate fine liners because you don't get as much line width, and obviously, duh, you're not going to get line width unless you go over and do things over and over and over again. I just did not like it. It very much made me unhappy, like super unhappy. But I was using them for a while. This is like a little, like I was looking up like tribal tattoos, and I want to get eventually like this one, I think, a little mouse tattoo somewhere on my body. I either want to get one or I want to get two and have them mirror each other. So one on one wrist and one on the other. And I think that this would be the design I would want to go with, just because it's really cute. So I was just kind of penning out some ideas there. The AU, the current day AU, where Cherry is a volleyball player. That's like what she does in college. Yeah. So I was messing around with that, just kind of sketching out some ideas. Again, I gotta watch what I turn to. This is the next one after this. This is Lars, and who's Chris, or Night Magician's character. Well, magician, but it's spelled magic hand. Whatever, we won't talk about that. But Lars and Janice, or Yanis, apparently it's pronounced Yanis. Did not know. He's a little anatomically completely off, so whatever. He's very teeny tiny, but that's them, just kind of chilling, you know, taking a nerves. More Cherry. Her face is very derpy in this. More Cherry AU, where she's a volleyball player. And then the next one I can't really show. I got to keep these in place because it's that pink sweater meme that was going around Twitter. So there's nudie in there, so I can't really show it. But it's Piper and Cherry. Duh, of course it's Cherry. Cherry's going to be in everything. This was a color piece. I wanted to try my favorite pastels on this paper. Because it's like a very smooth surface, there's really no tooth for the color pencils to grip into. So, I mean, I did what I could. I spray matted it to kind of build up some stuff on it. It didn't do the worst, but it didn't do the best. So, yeah, it is what it is, though. I wanted to try, and I kind of really was enjoying myself with it, so I didn't want to stop. This was a new character I developed. I realized tonight when I was live streaming, yeah, his pecs are incredibly huge, that I had not introduced this character, so nobody knew who I was talking about. But this is Sebastian, Sebastian Strawn, and I've got him. He's in a role play right now. He's one of the new mouse characters for a role play I'm doing. But I am thinking about bringing him into the story just because he's such a dick, and I really, really like it when I can develop good, like, dickish characters, if you will, because I struggle with that. Everyone ends up being nice in my universe, so he's not turning nice. So I mean, he is, but kind of in his own weird way. But yeah, I kind of like him. He's not bad. He's a what is it, a fancy mouse? So he's got like the little black paws, he's got the little black ears, and he's got a little bit of a mask. Typically they have more of a mask, but I didn't want to put a full mask on him. So his tail is also this color instead of, like, all my girls, like, their hair color is their tail color. But because he's a fancy mouse, he has a dark color tail. And his feet are dark, too. This was a New Year's picture I did with Piper and Cherry raining in the New Year. Because I think I worked. I did. I drew this before I went to work that night. And then we had some bubbly. It was just sparkling grape juice at work because we had to work when we were starting. Finally pulled out the brush pen, and I went ahead and did, oops, I dropped something. I did Cherry and Piper had real quick, and then I did this little cute Piper with a little daisy-ish sunflower. Daisy, it's a daisy. It was supposed to be a sunflower, but I screwed it up, so it's like a hybrid. It's weird. It's just weird. But again, I'm just kind of, again, to me, the whole idea of art is as long as my hand's moving, regardless of what I create, even if it's the same pretty girl over and over and over and over again, I've got to keep my hand moving. Yes, it's good to explore, and I do encourage everybody to explore and draw things that they normally don't draw. But when you have the point, I know exactly what the point in my life was when I was doing this stuff. There was not any experimentation. I was lucky if I was even getting up before I had to go to work. That's how bad it was. So this was a struggle, and I'm very proud of the fact I was even doing this. So I'm gonna take it. This is, well, it was supposed to be a 2-page spread, but it kind of didn't transfer over. Actually, I really didn't finish it. But I have Piper over here, and she's following Emmy. Emmy's got a little basket of laundry, and they're heading down to the creek, and Piper, with her infinite amount of skirts, is trying not to get dirty because she's one of those girls. She's like, I don't want to get dirty. Well, when you got skirts like that, they're gonna get a little dirty. It's just life, you know. That's why they wash them. But and Emmy's just kind of laughing at the fact that, you know, she's just trying so hard. Try to move my leg here a little bit so I can put my camera where it needs to be. I have to keep checking. This was a Kimiko. This is a character from a book I read. By Krista Kind. I think it's her pen. Wait, no. It's right here. It's not this book, but this is just a business card she sent me. Because she sent me the books. Yeah, it's from the Amaranthine Saga. I think that's how it's pronounced. It's not Tamiko. There's 2 books already that I read. This is the 3rd thing, but it's just an advertisement for her next book. Yeah, it's forthright.com. So that's her pen name for this particular one. She's actually a very famous, not famous, but she's a very well-known, well, I would say famous, fan fiction writer in the Inuyasha fandom. Yeah, so she's Forthright, if you guys know who that is. But yeah, she sent me the books. She and I used to collaborate a lot back in the day, and we were actually working on some projects, but because I went to nursing school and I was working so many crazy hours, we were never able to really follow through with it, which is sad because we had a really nice world set up. And I think in my other sketchbook, I doodled out a few things from it. But I feel like she's kind of moved on from it. I know that, you know, she tried a few times to get me back into it, but I just could not with nursing school. Nothing was getting done during nursing school, so. Anyway, so she sent me the books, and I was just kind of doodling out her characters. Here it is. This is Kimiko. I tried to make her look more like a girl, even though in the book she's very much described as masculine in her appearance, which is the point. And she likes, well, she's kind of a dog person. And then I got Hisoka Sensei, who, if you guys have read, what's it called? I gotta think of the series, and it's really hard because it's been so long. And it's stupid because I did the comic, no, I don't know. Anyway, she did a series where it was like Little Sesshomaru, and Hisoka Sensei was his teacher, basically, you know, his instructor, and he's a cat, so there you go. So I drew him. I was listening to The Parting Glass over and over and over again on my phone, like while I was drawing, and I just drew a drunk cherry singing The Parting Glass song, because why not? This is Human Lars and Human Cherry from Prehistoria. She drinks a lot. I mean, whatever. That's just Cherry in every single universe she's in. And the thing is with them, like, he takes care of her regardless. It doesn't matter. They first of all, they enable each other to begin with, so they're pretty awful. But at the same time, it works for them because where one is like weak, the other is strong, and like it's a flip-flop thing. So they kind of balance each other out in a sense. But yeah, you know. They're good together. It's kind of stupid how good together they are. I really enjoy it, actually, how good together they are. Their stability. This is Piper, current day. Because if you guys have been following my Instagram, see my marker was running out here too. I got really upset, and they don't have this is a Prismacolor. I think the color is Eggshell. They didn't have any at Michael's for me to buy, so I was not able to replace that marker. I was very upset. Very upset. But, there's Lex has got who is it, Sergio and Alejo. Yeah, they have a band or whatever, like in the Inktober thing that she had done, like she drew a picture of them as a band, and my mind just ran with it. And I feel so bad for her because like I always like grab her stuff and run because it's like I get excited. But they have a band, and like I like did this little mouse thing because it's very you can kind of see it. I have like this tattoo on Prehistoria Cherry of a jerboa, I think it is. It's like a little mouse. And I kind of went with that idea for a concept for a logo for the band. And I was like, okay, so we got band shirts, we got band merch. It's like, let's go with this. So I did. And Piper and Cherry are huge, huge fans of the band. So to me, it's hilarious. But I had this sort of coppery rose gold washi tape, and I wanted to incorporate that, but it really didn't come across. But whatever, it is what it is. This was just a quick doodle of the band. I should have done something in the background, but I didn't. I just got lazy after I got Sergio done, which was hard enough because I'm like, what the crap? And then I was trying to squeeze everything in because I wanted it to appear like he was up higher than them, but that kind of left no room for Piper and Cherry. So I got Cherry down here kind of squished in, and then I got Piper kind of, she's getting pulled up. Like this is supposed to be Alejo, but he's helping her up on the stage because, you know, fangirls get to come up, the true ones. She got like little hearts for pupils. Look at that. Look at that. Oh my god. She's so lost in her little fandom. It's cute to me. Prehistoria Piper with her saber, which is, yes, the scale's way off. It was a terrible drawing. I'm not good at drawing animals. I'm going to just get that out there. Like, look at this right here. Look at that dimensional screw up. That is awful. But I'm not good at animals, but I'm still trying. But this is her saber, Rocas. And him's old. Him's going to die soon. It's sad. Pretty sad. This is current day Lars and Cherry. He makes fun of her for being a volleyball player, but it was determined that he is a handball player, which I didn't really understand what handball was. I had to look it up. But it's another really intense sport involving balls. So, yeah, you know, I don't know. It was just fun. Like, again, all this collaboration, like just kind of talking crap back and forth with other creators and things like that. It's like, well, if your character was doing this and my character was doing this, how do you think they would interact? It does become fun. Like, to me, it does. It might not for some people, and I get that because they'll feel like you're pushing, but I always let the other person lead and see where it goes. But, yeah. What's the next one? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Look at it. It's Anne's. I have not drawn Anne's in forever. Oh, my God. Hey, guess what? My Twitter just beeped at me. Or dinged at me. But Anne's is a fighter. Like, people don't realize it because he's so calm, but yeah, he fights. Him scrap. This is Piper with her, the new CD came out, and she's so excited. And then she's got a little Sergio plushie back here and a little Alejo plushie. And then I used that same washi tape to make the little hearts. I went simple with the background because the focus to me was the foreground. My focuses are always the foreground because I'm very in-your-face dimensional. I'm kind of stupid like that, but whatever. This is going to be a really long sketchbook review. This is Cherry. She got her CD. She got little black hearts here. And it's actually a gift from Lars because he spoils her in every single universe that they know each other in. So like in this one, like they're kind of, you know, they're kind of in each other's face as in like, not like enemies or anything like that. They like each other just fine. It's just that they give each other a hard time because Lars is kind of a bully and Cherry's kind of a bully. And it's like, well, you know, who's got the bigger cock? It's kind of like they're playing that sort of game with each other, but they actually do like each other and they do get along. At least that's how I imagine. Oh, I don't know. I was drawing Piper as Eliza because whatever. I can do that. Y'all don't judge me. I got really into outlining in black. I don't know why. Oh, that's because I had done it when I was in Denmark and I enjoyed it. Trying to be a little bit quiet because Anne's trying to sleep. I just decided to film this on a whim. Oh my god, I can't turn pages today. Okay, just a second. This is annoying. Okay, here we go. These were some volleyball poses that I grabbed real quick and made Cherry. Because, I don't know, I was really going with this today. I was thinking, well, look, she's into power sports. You know what I mean? Like, and volleyball to me is a very power sport. You have to be able to move. You have to be able to jump. You have to be able to, you know, slam, you know, take a hit. You have to be able to fall. And it just seemed like Cherry's alley to be able to spike a ball into somebody's face. I mean, why not? So I just kind of went with it. I mean, I know that the anatomy is kind of off, but I really just was trying to push myself. Again, I'm trying to do more. This was just a little idea I had. Just like, I need to take a sip of something here. Okay, so this was an idea I had for a current role play that we're doing, that Terri gets mad at Lars because he's kind of being a dick. So she finds out about Fane, like, because they have like a history, and she sends him a letter, you know, letting him know, hey, you know, I'm his wife, and I've heard about you, but I don't know anything about you, and blah, 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 blah. And so he sends back like this really revealing thing. Like, this was a different idea. The dialogue was a different thing, but the idea was kind of right. And so he sends like this little negligee thingamabobber, because whatever, you know, Mrs. Morris, you know, here you go, you can have this, you know, because Fane likes to put his women in very revealing clothing, because he's got his 2 girls, and I think when he was turning amber, he made her wear, yeah, during that ceremony, she was wearing something very revealing. But Lars was just making fun of her because she basically did it to herself. It was like, well, there you go. That's why you shouldn't talk to that guy. I don't know. It was just an idea I had. Okay. I was just trying to draw my character from Conan Exiles. A couple little pipers. She's part of the comic. I've decided is that you're going to be following journal entries that she makes. She's not much of a writer, but you know, you kind of get the idea from her perspective of what's going on in the world. Plus you get like a side narration of what is actually going on in the world. So you kind of get the 2 perspectives. So like every chapter is supposed to start off with like a journal entry. And I'm kind of excited for that prospect, because what she sees, and it's supposed to sort of tag back. I'm sorry, I'm filming with my phone. This is new. Don't like it. But this is gonna kind of tag back to the idea of disassociation. If you're not directly involved in something, even though you know what's going on, you don't feel like it's going on, but it's still going on. Like something that's happening in another country, you know, you might not care about because it's not happening directly to you, but that does not mean it's not happening, and does not mean that it does not have an effect. It's that disassociation through distance. It's the same thing with like long-term relationships and things like that. It's stuff that people have to learn to overcome. And Piper is a very simple person, so that disassociation is huge in her. It's not happening right then and there in front of her, so she actually tends to forget, you know. It's like we forget that there's wars going on in other countries because it doesn't directly involve us. We're not over there fighting them. Our loved ones aren't necessarily over there fighting them. So yeah, but anyway, it was just one of the topics in my comic I kind of wanted to touch on. I don't think anyone's going to read that deep into it, but I will. These were just some little doodle ideas, because she does a lot of the laundry for the home, because she's bad at everything else, but she does laundry and helps with like the maid work. So it's her and Emmy are sort of, I had the hierarchy printed out. I don't know what I did with it, but there's like a servant hierarchy that was followed in Great Britain and Europe at one point. She's sort of like a laundry maid, but she's sort of a maid of all trades, so she kind of does it all too. The only thing she doesn't do is cooking, but she cleans, she does laundry, you know, she does some of the gardening, things like that. Who is this supposed to be? I think this was an original idea for Lydia, who's in the role play I'm doing now, so she kind of doesn't really count. I just wanted to draw her a picture of her. I can show this one. This was one of the memes on Tumblr too. It was like this bondage suit thingamabobber, and you're supposed to draw your OC in the bondage suit. So I drew Cherry because that makes a lot of sense to me. I like this one. I particularly like excuse me, like how the hair came out on that one. This is Lars and his daughter Alana. I got some ink and I was brush inking a lot here. I was using like the brush ink to fill in these dark areas, which is kind of nice. I kind of like it. This is just Cherry. I don't know. I wanted to draw her in a chair. I don't know. I could draw people in chairs if I want. This is Rosa, who is a character again from the role play, but she might actually come into the comic too. She turned out to be a very nice character. I kind of like her. No, I got food on my drawing. Actually, no, that's shoot, what is that? I think that's from my eraser. I peeled off pieces of my gum, my kneaded eraser to hold the page down to take a picture, and I don't think I got it up. Oh yeah, that's exactly what it was, because I remember doing it to this one. This was a quick picture of Piper. I was again using the inks I got. I was just kind of testing them out to do some brush inking to see how they laid down, have fun with them. They did really nice fine lines. I mean, look at that line work. Sometimes I do good. But yeah, this one turned out really cute. I liked it a lot. And then this is Sebastian. This one, it's just, it looks stupid, but the idea is, because, you know, I have everyone else in current day. I was like, well, what's Sebastian current day? He's a pianist to begin with, but he's also a dancer. So, you know, Zibere. Then I did Poppy. I did this one for Sakura Hearts over here. She's on YouTube too. Very, very sweet lady. Did a picture of her girl Poppy. She's got the short hair, because in current day she's got short hair. I don't know how, I don't know when it happened, but it happened. This was just a failed sketch of Cherry, and that's it so far. So not very far in this book, not even halfway yet. I just honestly haven't been doing that much in it. I'm not even gonna lie about it. So I don't know if I touched on this book in my last sketchbook review. I'm just gonna go over everything just because I don't want to go back and find out. It's been so long, so I figure you guys could, you know, would benefit from a refresher anyway, to kind of see where we are. So this will be like the earlier stuff and then the later stuff, because the sketchbook fell apart, will be in the back. This is gonna be a very long video. So this is Auntie Cherry. Sorry, and Damien. I got something in my throat and it's driving me up the wall. Where Cherry and Damien are family members, obviously, and like they're supposed to be living in France, and they're part of like this gypsy group thingamabobber, or that's what they're called anyway. And yeah, she's always like, she's single, and she's like a younger sister to Damien's dad, which is why she's the aunt. And like, she's constantly getting marriage proposals, and she's always turning them down because she doesn't want to settle down. It's no fun to settle down. She wants to stay single forever. This is, oh my god, I forgot about this. This is Ray and Piper in the current role play. They get kittens, and the kittens, like, one's really cute and one's like a little bastard. So, you know, I have fun with that one. Piper and Ray again. I don't quite remember what happened in this scene. A lot of these are just duels from the scenes. Oh, that's right, Lars scared her. He broke in and, like, I think he threatened her or something. And then she's scared because of the vampire. She didn't know vampires existed. What is this? These, oh yeah. I think that these were falling. I was trying to do some falling things with Cherry. Yeah. What is this? This is Piper. God, I don't know what this was about at all, but it's hilarious. I love it. And then, oh yeah, the backstory of Cherry, you guys all know, is like she liked to screw around, like, and mess with the priest that she went to church for. Like, she'd sit in the front and, like, do ridiculous things, like pull her corset down lower and pull her skirt up, you know, because, you know, she's awful, but I love her so much. But yeah, good times. I have to keep checking. This is more... God, I don't know why I was making her look so young. I don't remember. Anyway, so more Piper. First seeing Lars as a vampire. Oh yeah, she smacks. I was like, what if she smacked him? And I was like, doodled this response to it. It's not Piper, obviously. It's not canon. She got her rosary out because her rosary was silver, so she kept it out to protect herself with. And then just Piper Ray stuff right here. What's this? Oh yeah, Pirate Cherry. Love Pirate Cherry. She's so much fun. You guys have no idea. She's fun. And then I was trying to do a pirate Piper sort of thing. She's always constantly being made fun of. Oh yeah, that's right. They were supposed to be servants. Oh yeah, I had like this whole story. Oh my god, I forgot. Oh, now I'm excited. I want to work on that. But Cherry's trying to dress her like a proper wench, because she dresses like a handmaid, which is what she was, and she doesn't fit into anything because she's so flat-chested. This is Anne's character, Shen. I think it's Shen. Is it pronounced Shen or Shell? I don't remember. Anyway, I drew her, and then I drew Bunny Piper because I haven't drawn Bunny Piper in forever. She looks kind of stupid now. I guess I lost it. Yeah. This is Grayson. I think his name is Grayson. It's one of Amber's characters. I sent her a picture of this one. This is Father O'Malley. You guys remember him from Harp and Stars, and that's just a little Piper head. This is Damien. Is it Damien? Is his name Damien? Damon? I don't remember. He's from Prehistoria. He's one of Chris or Knight's characters. And then Cherry's in his tribe, and she's constantly getting them into trouble because she just does not know when to stop. And I was struggling, so these are just doodles. This is Damien, Anne's Damien, and Piper. God, I forget what he was showing her. Oh, it was a coin. He was showing her a coin trick. Yeah, they were at the festival because he has the mask on. So he was showing her a coin trick, and she was just super enraptured by it because she'd never seen magic before, like little cantrips. So it was really fun for her. Father O'Malley and Cherry, because they have that kind of relationship. I don't know what this was. These are just scribbles. You could tell when I start struggling, you start seeing more very loose, like no directional scribbles. Cherry and Hearth. Piper in her journal. That was going to be another Piper in her journal, but I didn't want to finish it. Scribbles. This was supposed to be Alana for Prehistoria. That was supposed to be Lars and Cherry. That was going to be another Alana. This is another Alana. After her mama passes away, she starts trying to wear her hair in the side braid, just like Cherry does. This is Piper, obviously. I don't know, it's just drawing male form there. Whatever. Enjoy them abs. I was thinking about Andrew and Alexander, and I couldn't figure out like what their relationship was. Like, I knew that they were friends, but I knew it was going to end up being more than friends at some point. And it does end up being more than friends at some point. So, you know, it's just kind of the way it goes sometimes. It works for them actually a lot. I was trying to draw wolves, and I suck at drawing wolves. So I started drawing mushrooms. Okay, we got to hurry this up because I'm running out of room. Anyway, so mushrooms. Just a couple doodles. One of Cherry, one of Piper, kind of like in little dancer uniforms. More Prehistoria stuff. Rokas brought Piper a kitten. This is Alexander, and I can't remember his name now. Whatever. Yeah, this was like a whole idea I had going for Prehistoria, like an event I was going to try to do. Ended up not doing it, but I could still do it. I have all the work for it. This is Cheeto, little Cheeto, the bat, you guys might remember. Yeah, this is still more from the Prehistoria stuff. I had like this whole spirit timeline. It was going to be fantastic. Yeah, I actually did finish this one up. It was pretty sweet. Yeah, I don't know. There's really not a lot to say. It was like this whole thing, and like I said, I'm trying to get through this. I don't know what that number was for, but we're not going to show it anymore. Cherry and Lars, Pirate Lars. This was based on the meme of is your bae still mad at you? So yeah, she's still mad at him. Scribbles, because I didn't know what to do. A couple doodles. It was kind of meh. Some more doodles, Prehistoria, not Prehistoria, but winter-ish stuff. Who is this? Was this Alana? I can't remember. I just drew a little baby. This little baby. This is more of the Prehistoria stuff. I had like this whole timeline figured out. It was pretty cool. This was like a quick little comic I was going to do about when Lars comes to get the Gribbon. And then I abandoned it. But this was also part of it, so it was kind of both. So like there's Piper, she's a handmaiden to Cherry. Cherry's actually royalty, but she sort of dresses up as a pirate and does all these stupid things because she's like fifth in line, so she knows she's not gonna ever succeed her siblings. So this is what she does. She pirates instead. And then I had this idea that Fane finds out that she's actually royalty and keeps calling her like my lady and crap like that because he's old-fashioned, so he likes to use proper titles, and she absolutely hates proper titles. This was like a whole thing of, you know, he came back, got the Gribbon, and she's basically just asking if she can go with him because that's really what she wants, is to just be with him, and he won't let her go. You know, he's not gonna have it. He's not gonna let her go, which is sad. This was supposed to be Lars, but I forgot his mustache. And back in the day, there was something about he said something about a spade, and myself, I thought that knight was referring to something else because we're from different countries and sometimes the same word, because spade, like, to me is like the card, and like a spade is a shovel, and that's what she meant it as, was a shovel, but I didn't know if she meant like a card or if she meant like slang, because spade is also slang for something that I'm not going to get into because it's got racist connotations to it, and that I was like, what? It's like I had to do a double check because it's like, wait, to what version of that word are you referring to? Because I was like, wait, do we have to have a talk here or what? But anyway, they fight over booze a lot, and then they sleep a lot. That's Lars and Terri. I don't know what that was. This was just some doodling I was doing. I don't even know why. More doodling that I was doing. She's supposed to be wearing like a uniform jacket. I don't remember what from. Them just being them, because this is how Lars and Terri. You know, I'll waste an entire page just to have one tiny little doodle in the corner because I suck like that. Piper and Ray playing a little bit. They were playing hide and seek in the snow. Like, yeah. This is my curly boy. He's kind of a butthead. How could you steal my ship? Very easily. And I was talking about how it'd be hilarious when she gets tied up because her chest just gets pushed up into her chin. You'd be amazed at what a little whiskey can lead to. Indeed. This was supposed to be parts of the event that I was going to do for Prehistoria, and then this was more of it. I was just kind of thumbnailing out some ideas because each part of the event had to have a picture to go with it, so I was just plotting out the pictures. This was supposed to be more of the event, sort of Cherry's reaction and Piper's reaction. Some Anne stuff that I just kind of didn't finish. More Cherry and Ray, kind of. This was a whole thing of, oh god, what's his name? Iliad, I think it's Iliad, was warning Cherry because he said that he said that the spirits were calling her name because he's a shaman, so like to him it's like, well, they're calling for you to come join them in the afterlife, and she's like, they'll be screaming my name in no time. These are from the other thing. This is supposed to be Princess Clara, and this is supposed to be Delvin. If you guys remember, if you've been fans of mine or been following me for a while, you know that Delvin and Clara were a concept from years and years and years ago. They grow up together and they eventually fall in love. It's really cute. It's just elf and human love. And then I was trying to do Wilbert, but I lost my steam. What is this? Oh, this is the first sketch of the one that I put into watercolor. This was my friend Eli's deer character, so I doodled it for him. And I don't know who that was supposed to be. More Anns. I was just trying to. I realized that like I draw all my guys in profile or 3/4. I can't do them straight on, and I need to really work on that. The twins, Alexandra and Ada. And then that's the end of this particular one, and then I've got this one. We're almost done, guys. I'm sorry, this ended up being a lot longer. This is more from from Forthright's stuff. There's wolves and stuff like that, and like wolf demons and stuff like that. So I had like this little concept of like this shy little person, and I don't know. It was just fun. It was just fun. From roleplay, Piper is mending Ray's eye because Lars got pissed and it started to do its thing. Lars is inspecting her stomach because she's like, you know, am I dying? But really what she's trying to do is get him to figure out she's pregnant again. And then we're up to like current day, like this is stuff we did today. Someone requested a night bunny, and then someone requested an opossum drinking tea, a princess bunny, and then a hedgehog, a boxing hedgehog. Someone that I just doodled that real quick. That's yeah, the thing from the Zen Pop thing. And then someone requested a monkey bartender. So, and he only serves 99 bananas. Okay, ran out of room again. I need to wrap this up. We're almost done. Unfortunately, I wanted the 250 gig iPhone. They only had the 64, and whatever. This is the life I live now. I need to get a new camera, period, but whatever. I shouldn't be doing this on my phone. So where was I? Oh yeah. The 99 bananas, so he only serves 99 bananas. And then someone requested Philip in live stream, so I did a quick doodle of him. You'll notice I get lazy with the hands. A lot of that is because I'm trying to sketch fast, so that way I can interact with my viewers more. Sometimes I sketch them right, sometimes I don't. It is what it is. And then I was drawing a disco bear, and I started styling him after John Travolta. Someone requested a unicorn on a unicycle, and then we went a little bit further and gave him a Kinder Egg tattoo, and his name is Elton. This is Laura's character. She requested him. His name is Cooper, so I drew him. I drew Lydia, kind of how I see her current day. I was struggling with the mouth, that's why it's all messed up, but whatever. And then I did Oliver and Sebastian. Oliver has lost his arm. He lost his arm before he was turned into a vampire. That's kind of what started the whole thing. And yeah, so it's never gonna grow back. No kisses will be bringing that one back. Lydia in roleplay with Sebastian, and then this was another character that I made up for the roleplay. Her name is Dinah, and I'm actually starting to enjoy her a lot. She's developing into something special. And then this is just a little horsey plushie while I was talking. And that's it, guys. We are officially caught up. I mean, this isn't everything that I've done, to be strictly honest with you. I've misplaced quite a few things. I tend to sketch a lot and then I just shove it wherever it's gonna fit and it's out of the way, so not everything's here. But I just, you know, I've been asked a few times to do a sketchbook review. This one, you know, I was just trying to catch up, and unfortunately, because of my limitations with my ability to record in the space and everything, I had to kind of speed things up. I didn't get to go in as in-depth as I normally would like to. But it is what it is, you know. I figured I would at least do this. I've been saying I was going to, and I finally got around to doing it. So I don't think my last sketchbook review has been since my Denmark one, and I haven't even added to that particular sketchbook, even though I've really been wanting to. But anyway, yeah, that's gonna be it for this particular video, guys. Sorry it was so long. I didn't mean for it to go this long, but it's not gonna hurt anything to be this long, except for I have to edit it now. Which is really just putting it together. Blah. But whatever. It is super cute though, because sometimes we do super cute things here on YouTube, right? Right. I know you guys are looking more for the story aspect, and I'm sorry that if I didn't meet your expectations. Anyway, I'm gonna go. I'm being silly now. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!